Okay, so I'll show you how to do the windows and doors now. So if I go to a 2D view, so if I was in a 3D view, I could try and place doors in, but it can get a little bit confusing as to where they're going exactly. You're better off going into level 1, clicking on door, and placing it where you'd like it to go. Now you can press space to change the way it opens. And you can place your door in. So there's my door there, that's looking pretty good. And I can do the same thing with windows. What you'll soon discover fairly quickly is that maybe the window size that you wanted is not there. So let's have a look at how we would edit a window, a door, pretty much anything in this program so that it suits our custom needs. So let's just select one to begin with, and I'm going to go edit type, and let's say I like the style of window, but it's only 900 wide, sorry, it's 900 wide by 1200 high, and I want something a bit wider, but I really like the style, but I want to change the size. If I was to go ahead and change the size here, it would change it to every other window that I put in that has this same name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it. This part is the name, it's not the actual size. So for example, if I changed it to school bus, it's not going to change it into a school bus, it's just the name. So let's say I want one, quite a large window, 2400 wide by 1200 high. So I'm going to say OK, and that's just the name that's changed. That's my 1220 high, my width is still 900. So it's not until I change it down here that it'll actually take effect. I'm going to click OK. And so now, if I put that window in, I should have my large window there. You can do the same with doors. And so, if I click on door and go, you know what, none of these are the ones I want a double sliding door, it's not there. Let's go edit type. Last time I went to duplicate, this time I'm going to go to load. So I'm going to try and find something from my Revit library and hopefully be able to load it in. So there's D, doors, and I said that I wanted a sliding door and a double, there we go. So I click open, and now that's loaded in all these sliding doors. 2 panel, it's going to be 2150 wide and 2140 high. If I wanted to change this, I would simply go duplicate. So I'll go again, duplicate, and instead of giving it a type, I'm going to give it a size. I want this one to be 1800 wide by 2100 high. And that's just changed the name. Let's have a look here. So here's my width. I said that I only wanted 1800. My height, 2143. I'm just going to leave it at that for now. And I'll click OK. So now I've got a window and a door side by side. If I go to a 3D view, the computer's still wanting to place windows and doors. If I press escape once, that should work, and shift and mouse wheel, I can scroll around and I can see the windows and doors that I've just put in. I think that's about it. One more thing I will show you also is, let's say you've drawn in all your walls and you didn't pay attention to my video and you've made them 4 meters high. If I select a wall, I can go to its properties and I can look through here and I can see everything that I've done. So the top constraint was unconnected and I made it 2700 high. So maybe you had yours at 4000 and it looks something like that. So you can simply grab the wall and change its properties through this tab here. So that's something worth looking at as well. One more little thing that we'll do in this video, and make sure you try and do all these things yourself, is we will look at the fact that sometimes it's pretty hard to select the floor that I've drawn. Okay, I'm having some wins, but really I'm just clicking like a madman. If I was to left click and drag a big lasso around everything, so I've got everything highlighted down, you'll notice that the properties are very confused because it says here multiple categories selected. Well, I just want one because I want to modify all of my walls at once. Down here is a little filter. If I select that, I'm going to deselect everything that I don't want, and I'm going to click OK. And so now it's just the walls that are selected, and you can see it there. So I can change the type of the wall. Oh, I'll do that again. Select all that, filter. Might go check none, then just walls. And I'm going to say that I would like unconnected, and because there's two different heights there, it's getting a little bit confused. I'm going to make them all quite low, 2400. It's a budget home. Here we go. Boom. And it's modified all the walls at once. I think you'll find that feature very handy. It's also very handy for things where, like, I am having success here at selecting the floor, but there'll be other times where you can't select the floor. But if I lasso it, it will come up here under floors, and I can modify my floor there. I could say edit boundary and modify it like that. I'm going to create a separate video shortly for just doing the roof, but this should be a good start for your assignment.